Welcome back to the National Toolbelt Society Forum. We are here with Raven Zachariah, Internet Guru of the highest but high order.
As I was mentioning before you cut me off, I am a big supporter of open source. I am exploring the role of revenue generation and how one generates commercial opportunities in open source.
Raven, I lived my life sensitive and idealistic, and yet people treat me like I laid a turd in the punch bowl. Now I realize that everything and everyone can be bought and sold like 44 ounce Dr. Pepper big gulps.
You are prone to hyperbole, but I will say in one aspect you are correct. There are a diversity of ways in which third-party developers can create new distribution vehicles.
As a founder of the National Toolbelt Society, I feel some comfort in seeing how the concept of toolbeing has spread across the continent and taken foothold along the Mississippi River.
Yes, no one can control that mighty river, so it is ironic that toolbeing found its center in such a place.
As a former lifeguard, I am very familiar with the danger of the river. Luckily, my backstroke is legendary.
I am not sure. I have been too busy keeping up with the Joneses. 4-car garage, and we're still building on.
I was certain that when Marcel Arnault was chased out of Iowa City in 1992, his philosophy was also lost. But then his RV relocated along the river of Cairo, Illinois.
Marcel was the one who gave me the idea of layering of information on physical space. A data space.
I had restarted my life as an assistant manager at a thrift store, having forgotten about those heady days in the 1990s when we thought tools could change the world.
I recalled that Marcel had set up his campsite on a small stretch of land that had been split away from Illinois by the changing flow of the river and thus was no longer recognized as part of the state, and was also not legally a part of Kentucky since the river defines the border. It was in this legal no man's land that his philosophy really flourished without the persistent interference of campus police. And out of those humble beginnings Marcel grew his congregation of device agnostics.
There is something about the isolated outcrops of a river town that can bring out the best in society. A testament to the power of a river over your augmented reality.
We will never agree on the laws of nature, Speck. Your determination to undermine my innovative mobile applications will lead you down a treacherous slope to ruin.
Raven, you may have sprinted out ahead in the race for fame and fortune, but I am a tortoise and my slow but steady pace will eventually dwarf your efforts. I have just friended Marcel Arnault and Rainer Banham on Facebook, and the possibilities are endless.
Speck, we have indeed made different choices. I have strapped myself to technology and you to a downstate university with a budget crisis.
But I will use this interview to continue to fuel the anger and propel me into something less futile, maybe even slightly less painful. Our time is up. Thank you for joining us on the National Toolbelt Society Forum. But I remind you that out in Luckenbach, Texas, there ain't nobody feeling no pain. But since I am stuck here in Carbone jail, I will stick to Xanax.
Thank you, and hopefully now you can stop trying to stalk and harass me.
Unfortunately, you speak in riddles. Good night.